Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. It is the 172nd part of this video series, and it is officially the earliest I have ever recorded in the many years that I've been live streaming. Well, I've been making videos for a whole lot longer than I've been live streaming, but I suppose, it's still been a while since I started going live. That was January 2019. And I think the earliest hitherto would be 8 in the morning, something like that. But it's 5 in the morning now. 5:08 a.m. Why Doomlink? Well, I went to sleep really early last night, and I actually woke up at like 3:30 this morning. But it's winter here, and it's cold. And, oh, here's my phone. I was about to say, and I've left my phone somewhere. No, it's here. This is what I use to monitor the chats, you see. But yeah, I finally dragged myself out of bed a short while ago because, it's cold. That's the point that I'm trying to make. It is the fact that even if you are fully awake, if it's winter, you just don't want to leave bed. It's cold outside of your bed. So I stayed in there. But I'm finally out and, starting the day. And I decided, well, I was reminded while talking on Hunsterverse that, at least one person that watches me wants to see me live, but I always go live after they have fallen asleep. And they said, well, go live, man. And I said, well, probably not, but I'll check to see what's going on in 3 Ultimate. 14 people online on what is, in my time zone, a Thursday. Or on what is in my time zone a Thursday, which is unusual for me because I usually come online in what would be an appropriate time in my time zone. 5 in the morning is not an appropriate time for my time zone. This is evening for the Europeans, and 14 people. That's enough to make me go, well, fuck it, let's try and do a live stream, shall we? Unsurprisingly, the Twitch Live dashboard is not giving me a notification, so I'm going to have to manually open it and actually deliberately go to my video dashboard and all the rest of it. We'll see if anyone's said anything to me so far. Who am I talking to? You just don't get it, do you, man? You just don't get it. Even if there are no people watching, there is a VOD audience, so I upload these to YouTube and people are watching that. Do you really think people are going to want to watch a VOD if I'm just sitting there staring at the wall? That is entirely boring and pointless. The reality is that I started, making videos in the Let's Playing days when there was no live streaming, at least no good live streaming. I started in 2009. There was live streaming back then, but it wasn't very good. You had Justin TV, among other websites, and it just, it was a very small time thing. Just keep in mind that back then you had very low video bit rates. Even now, video bit rates are fairly low and bad. But back then it was a whole lot worse. So I was not going to be live streaming back then, and furthermore, Australian internet, particularly my internet back then, would not have been even close to being good enough. I don't even want to know what my upload speeds were back then. My download speeds were bad enough. The point is that back in the Let's Playing days, you didn't fucking sit there doing nothing. You communicated with an audience. But I'm glad me sitting here seemingly talking to myself is of some entertainment to you. Maybe that can encourage you to stay, or you can move on. It would not bother me one way or the other. Don't know why on my phone the chat is not updating. Siegfried has returned, and Urs is also here as well. I have seen Urs here. Oh, by the way, there aren't as many people playing now as there were when I first wanted to get the recording set up, and that was one of my fears. I was thinking, shit, while I'm setting up this recording, which does, by the way, take between 5 and 10 minutes for me to do, I was, perhaps not desperately afraid of this possibility, but I was, worried that in the time that it would take for me to set up the recording, this fleeting activity that I'd witnessed in 3 Ultimate would disappear. Well, fortunately, it hasn't totally disappeared, but it is, you know, there are 4 less people playing than when I was wanting to jump on, so hopefully that goes up. It could possibly go up. My hope is that it's not on the downhill from here on out, but we'll see what happens. I really don't know. Hello, Spaceman. The chat's updating now, unfortunately, Nagakuga. I don't know why you've got a Q there. Nagakuka? Show you my bow build. Well, I have a number of bow builds. I suppose I could show you them all. I never have just 1, 2, or 3 bow builds. I have a normal, well rather, a rapid, pierce, and spread loadout, and then another one of each for load up specifically in all of the games that I play. So these are my bow sets here. So I've got spread, load up spread, pierce, load up pierce, rapid, load up rapid. And those are my builds as you describe them. Sets is the word that I would use. Chocolatin has visited the port. I think we're ready to do some fucking hunting, and you know what? My body is ready. The flesh is strong and the spirit is willing at this point. Apparently I can't speak. Oh, that is a nostalgic set. Oh yeah, I was meaning to say that I suppose the reason why, whenever I play and see this person is sitting in a room by themselves, seemingly AFK, it's because they've no doubt passed out while playing the game. I remember in the past saying things like, well, why on earth would you come online in 3 Ultimate just to sit in a room AFK and not play with anyone? It's really a waste of time. Well, it's rather a case of this person just playing until they pass the fuck out, and then by the time I'm playing, they have long since fallen asleep and they're still sitting in the fucking room by themselves. So, I'm glad that I'm here while they're still awake. Seems this is a German player. Bist du nicht der Freck Gewitzwerk von Neulich? I can't fucking speak German, okay? I'm sure to someone who doesn't speak German that sounds like great pronunciation, but if a German speaker were to listen to that, they'd probably be like, what the fuck is this guy even talking about? I'm not sure what you mean, Spaceman. I'm sure maybe I said something that related to what you just typed, but I'm not sure. Do you mean my bow builds? Oh, I see. Consistently falling asleep. It's not that weird. I mean, going back to the try days, that was fairly normal. You know, the guy that I used to play with, his name was Stuart. He played too much of Monster Hunter Try. He had, you know, I'd put in about, I was clocking like 2,000 hours by the time we stopped playing. He was at least double that. At least double that. I think he was more within the 6,000 range, to be honest. He played every day, all day. And his sleep schedule was fucked because he lived in the UK and we played for, you know, much of my time zone. He would fall asleep by the afternoon, my time. And perhaps even later. But he would consistently do that. He would play the game until he passed out and then he'd just be AFK in Lochlack. And we'd just leave him be. He'd stay there and, you know, he'd wake up. He'd wake up in Lochlack. He'd fall asleep in Lochlack and wake up in Lochlack and continue playing. That was him. That was his life, you know. What is going on in this room? Are we going to, you know, do a quest? This is very much, this is giving me real Monster Hunter Try vibes at the moment, but I do have to say that I am live and I would like to do some hunting. There's not much of a risk of people leaving because there's nothing going on, but, well, apparently Urz is trying to communicate. But I regret to say that either Siegfried is not listening to you, I can only assume that that person's also German. But yeah. Oh, are they having a go at this Choco guy? Does his set suck? No, his set is fine, that's passable. I mean, I wouldn't use that with a greatsword, but, you know, it's passable. I'll keep myself on this side so you guys can read the chat while we're in the hall. I know it may be somewhat frustrating when I'm covering the chat and instead relaying to you what is said in the chat. Yeah, Lochlac was his real home, and you know what, I considered it to be my home as well. Lochlac was a special place where you didn't even necessarily, well, you almost never deliberately partied up with people. You know what, I'm actually going to depart with this setup. This is an appropriate setup for this hunt. And I'm in a bit of a bow mood after discussing my bow sets, I must be frank. But you know, I played much less than he did, and I felt like I lived in Lochlac, but it was the sort of community where you didn't specifically meet up with people to play with them. You would just log in and know the people playing, just the vast majority of people that you would see in Tri, and this is with hundreds of people playing, you know, a lot of them were familiar faces. And so it was a case of, hey, good to see you again, and you'd remember them and you'd, you know, help each other out, and it was amazing. I mean, that was the community, and the vast majority, you know, a generality of people who played Monster Hunter Tri back then were fairly upstanding characters. They were nice people, they were good to hunt with. Very occasionally you would find people who were borderline retarded, but that's not so unusual in the current community, so, you know, maybe there were more of them back then, I don't know. But the point is that, well, what I would say is that some of the craziest people I've ever met on the internet, even now, even today, were people that I met on Monster Hunter Tri on the European servers. There were some really messed up people back then. But yeah, I'm liking these greatswords. Both of these greatswords are a bit of a blast from the past, and I like it. These are two greatswords that you would have seen back in Tri. Not so much the Uragan greatsword, but I used the Uragan greatsword back then because no one else did. So it reminds me of Tri for that reason, at least. Post a Kurapeko quest? No, I don't think so. Look, if I'm given permission to post, perhaps I'll do that. There's always a bit of uncertainty when going live in this game, you know. I didn't know for sure that I was going to be able to get into a hunt. I joined this room while Urs and Siegfried were on a quest, you know. Who knows that they're going to continue hunting when they get back? Who knows that if the room does close, I'll have another room to join? You know, I'm live, and if things collapse, they collapse, but I was rather fortunate in that not only were they continuing to hunt, but we got a fourth person, and now we're off doing a quest. Sometimes you just gotta have to put yourself out there. But, anyway, I don't know why I'm feeling so inarticulate today. You gotta have to. I mean, that's... I don't know if I'm regressing to some... Maybe I'm regressing back to the Tri days. Maybe I talked like that back then, I don't know. But I don't talk like that anymore. I don't know where the Diablos is, and I don't especially care, but I'm going to head over to the Barrioth. I will use close range coatings for him, and then once I've expended those coatings, I will opt for 0 coatings. Play Hunsterverse then if 3U dies. Why do you assume that I don't play on Hunsterverse? I was playing on Hunsterverse yesterday. I was playing with Arcs in Freedom 1. In Lobby C. And that was good fun. I think we did... what did we do? We did, unsurprisingly, Wyverns of the Land and Sky with fucking... Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos, sort of a staple quest. Something of a bread and butter quest that you do in first gen Monster Hunter in the end game. Oops, that was a weird habit that I just got in there. Trying to do a power shot in 3 ultimate, yeah right. I hope I'm close range enough to make use of my close range coatings. I should be, because... oh god. For some reason it did look as if he had positioned himself a little bit too much to the side to be able to successfully hit me, but no, he was on target. He was definitely on target. Oh, well... I'm glad that that flash bomb didn't cause me to get hit. Sometimes when a flash bomb fails, you're placed in a very compromising position where the monster is trying to attack you, and you just can't see what the monster's doing because there's a flash going off. It may not seem as if a flash bomb going off would cause trouble because it's only a split second that the screen goes white, or at least so bright that you can't quite see. But in a fast-paced combat game like Monster Hunter, that can be the difference between getting hit and not being hit. That momentary confusion that one experiences when you can't actually see anything can cause trouble. It's okay if the result is a monster that is stuck and confused, but if it doesn't result in that, you've got a monster running around and you don't know what the fuck's going on, so it's actually rather unhelpful. Oh, whoops, see. Fuck it up. I knew I'd forget to do this. This is one of the reasons why I don't put myself further to the right. It's because I forget that I do that, and literally no one advises me of the fact that, or apprises me of the fact, that I have neglected to put myself back, because seemingly no one cares about the presentation of the live stream except for me, which is why it is my responsibility to maintain the standard, you know. No one else is going to tell me to maintain the standard. That's my job. But anyway. Yes, I'm sure it's fine for you, but it's not fine for me. It looks weird and poorly presented. Is Diablos here? I suppose not. Well, I do have Psycho Serums for this very reason. Yeah, we're going this way. See, Urz is uncertain. Why does Urz not bring Psycho Serums, yet allows himself to be confused in hunts like these? You either bring Psycho Serums or you know... Oh. Never mind. Urz knows more than I do. In fact, they all know more than I do. What happened was, we have an invading monster and the first monster on the list. Which, of course, means that we have to wait for Diablos to spawn. Because you can only have as many as 2 large monsters here at one time. There is no in-game... Listen. We're not going to have this discussion, Naga Cougar, but you have registered your preference on the record. The chat does not have anything written in it frequently enough for me to awkwardly position myself further to the right. Oh my god, you look really fast. Why are you so fast already? You know how some people wake up angry? You just woke up angry. There was no progression to enraged mode. He was immediately pissed off, and look how fast he's going. That is an angry monster. See, I don't really want to aim for the horns, but I also do. The thing is that the horns are not much of a weak point. But I also want to break the horns, so, I don't know, I'm in an unfortunate position. Well, I'm happy to see you being knocked over frequently. It sort of allows us to actually have high DPS despite the fact that you're extremely fast and unrelenting in your attacks. Oh, he doesn't look especially small to me. I suppose he's not... Actually, he could be a bit small. Lots of support coming out from these players, I'll tell you what. They are quick on the life powders. I'm not allowed to heal myself, but I suppose that's not the reason why they do it. They do it because they're genuinely afraid that I might not be able to do it before I get hit again and then ultimately die. So their consideration is appreciated. I'm just sheathing because I need to be ready to dive in case he does something strange. Look at that. What a fake. Did you see that? He went in the opposite direction, or rather, he went in one direction and then jumped immediately in the opposite direction just to trick people. That is pretty impressive. What you're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is the first time that monsters behaved in this way. This monster right here is moving at a speed faster than any monster in any game prior to this one. and it was a significant change. This was when G-Rank actually felt like G-Rank. Keeping in mind that this was the first G-Rank game of 3rd generation. This was the 3rd generation interpretation of what G-Rank should be. Monsters are not only a little different in terms of health and damage that they deal, but they're also faster, and they have new attacks. So that really is what 3 Ultimate was about. What is going on? Where did you end? Are you weak already? Did you just go to your weak area? You certainly did. Oh my god. I've never seen such an angry, weak monster. He's like, I'm going to sleep now. After running around in a fit of rage. I think they attempted to capture, but she died too quickly. Well, there you go. G-Rank Elatrion is not faster than that. Are you high? Are you for real? G-Rank Elatrion is not that fast. G-Rank Elatrion... Well, it does depend on... Look, I'm thinking of comparable attacks, such as the charge forward attack. You know, the dragon charge forward attack from Elatrion. You know, that would be a comparable attack to Diablo's running around, but... Yeah, that's much... look, I view Elatrion to be... low-rank Elatrion. The thing is, G-rank Elatrion is, in my opinion, very slow and deliberate. What's great about Elatrion is that he very clearly telegraphs all of his attacks, and he has a very recognizable pattern, but he can still be difficult to deal with in the moment. It took me a little while in trying to get comfortable with Elatrion, because he was a very well-designed monster at the time. Let's not forget that the game that came before Monster Hunter Tri was Freedom Unite. You know, you compare the Elatrion fight to something like a Fatalis fight from Freedom Unite. A bit of a difference there. A bit of a difference. You know, it was the next generation of Monster Hunter, that's what I can say. Alright, we'll get some money back, thank you. What? That's right, I need to try and purchase some scatterfish. It was in... No, that was in Generations Ultimate. I have bomb issues in Generations Ultimate, but actually having looked at my box, I seem to have bomb issues here too. Did that guy already... No, I thought he had already posted, but I was seeing his chat icon. Yeah, I'm actually in need of scatterfish in this game as well, seemingly. Unless I do have some. Oh no, I have some, I just need to do some combining. Maybe I'm concerned about box space, because if I were to start... No, actually, I can keep it all in one stack. I just won't go over one stack of Barrel Bomb L+, and then I won't have to worry about that. Depleting my space. You get to listen to the repetitive sound of combining now. Enjoy it. Show chat, Mr. Broadcaster? No. You can see it when I want you to see it, and it's not now. Because I'm whimsical. Apparently, Chocolatin is a French player, and seemingly Urs and Siegfried are German. And not a whole lot has happened in the chat since I last showed it, so, you know, enjoy. I'm not too sure who is to be posting quests. I don't know if Urs would prefer to decide arbitrarily who should and shouldn't post at whatever given time, or if we're going to go in order of player 1 to player 4 and then repeat from there. I'm just going to leave it in Urs's hands. Either way. Who are you in Hunsterverse, Nagakuga? Are you the guy who names himself Kushala, or are you someone else? Because it was Kushala that actually prompted me to go live at this time of morning. No, I'm covering it. You're gonna have to live with that. So you're okay, you're that person. No, to be honest, I couldn't be bothered letting anyone know that I'm live. I don't like doing that. Because it's this... Oh, next? What do you mean, next? Who is next? Me? Were you the person who posted last? Probably. Let's do hard-hitting lineup. Oh, I can't call it hard-hitting lineup. Because that's not what it's going to be called in their version of the game. Because, of course, they're playing the German and French versions of the game, so me saying hard-hitting lineup isn't going to mean anything to them. Well, anyway. I will bring... I know what I will bring. The Black Diablo's Lance. I said okay in the chat to, you know, make it very clear that I have acknowledged that I need to post. So I'm just getting ready. Ordinarily, I would inform the team as to what quest I intend to post while I'm getting ready, but again, I can't really say hard-hitting lineup, so what do you mean? Okay, well, I don't know who's next then. I'm perfectly happy to do things as you see fit, because, you know, I don't want to be kicked from one of the only rooms that I can join, because I know how. A descent into Hades, are you fucking for real? Oh my god, I don't want to do this quest. It was rather a different event quest that I wanted to do for tickets, and it wasn't this one. I already have the fucking weapon associated with it. I suppose in reality I could use this lance. Still. Is anyone else running slime? I don't think so. Hey Tal. Strange time for me to be live, isn't it? But, here I am. It is such a strange time for me to be live that I have never been live at this time before, ever. Not even close. Now that was a hearty meal. Defender high, obviously. Alright. Now Descent into Hades I don't mind doing for fun, I can live with that. I don't remember what the HRP from this quest is like. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's worth the 30 minutes it's going to take to kill this thing. With this team, and to be honest, this is a very clean team, because most of them are German. Minus the one French guy. No, I'm not discriminating. I don't think any of you would disagree with the statement that French people are not German. And I think we can all agree with that. I was referring to German people. Thank you very much. Anyway... No, someone's going to say, well, you're suggesting that French people don't play as well as German people. Well, what I can tell you is that German people just play better, okay? It's true. They always have and they always will. That is the reality. Sorry, I didn't actually join up on the quest. You disagree. Well, thank you for putting that on the record again. Your contributions are terribly valuable. Oh, God. So, is there anything that I want to bring for this quest? Like, maybe combination materials for potions? Do I feel like I have enough potions? I should be alright. It's a good team, so it shouldn't be too miserable of a hunt. There are obviously some unnecessary articles in my item list at the moment, considering this is the sort of hunt where you really should be fully prepared for all eventualities. But whatever. Oh, I should have brought combination materials for traps. That really would have been a great way to contribute, but I haven't done that. And that's my fault. It's worth mentioning that I don't have any fucking pitfall traps, so, you know, I'm not going to be able to contribute those to this hunt. Otherwise I would... Are you from America? That is... that I don't mean to be, you know, unpleasant if you genuinely asked that question with the belief that I might be American, but that is the first time any person, at any point, in my 13 years of making videos, that has asked me if I'm American. That's generally the last thought that would cross someone's mind. No, I'm not American. At all. Or do you mean Nagakuga? Maybe you were referring to Nagakuga, not me. In which case, yeah, that's confusing. No, I'm, the reality, indeed, is that I'm not American. That much is clear. There's my first slime. The best thing to do with Mr. What's-his-face? Zenoga. Stygian Zenoga. Super Stygian, I suppose, in this case, because this wouldn't necessarily apply to all Stygian Zenoga monsters. The best thing to do with this guy is to cut his tail. That should be a priority. The reason why is because, look, I don't agree with that use of life powder. That's wasteful, in my opinion. Yes, I do appreciate the support. I don't want to pretend like I don't appreciate having my health topped up like that. But, you know, it should be saved for situations where it's going to be the difference between life and death. That was not the difference between life and death. That was just unnecessary. We should be more conservative with our use of life powders. Oh, that was a bit weird. But yeah, cutting the tail is really important on this monster because you want to reduce the range of his... Or perhaps we could say we want to reduce his effective range when he's attacking us. Sadly, we can't aim for the tail in this situation. I don't really want to go for the head because you have to understand that I'm probably not going to be the only one going for the head, and I'm the lance user. I would be better off attacking consistently on something that's not specifically a weak point than just ending up on my hands and knees over and over again. For those who are unfamiliar with Super Stygian, by the way, he's not even close to being easy. He is a monster that has a shitload of health, like, you know, traditional Elder Dragon health, and hits like an absolute truck. He probably has more health than a traditional Elder Dragon, to be honest. I don't know how much he has. Someone can do the research if they would like to, but yeah, it's a lot. Whatever it is. It's a bit hard to hit the tail with something as directional as a lance when you're not side on. Might get maybe 2 hits off on the face and then get ready to shield any possible dragon balls. Yes, I'm sure it would. I'm sure Valor Longsword would work amazingly. I have little doubt. A bit of slime damage added to the damage of the team wouldn't hurt. I'm glad that I'm the one contributing that. You know, I don't want this to turn into a slime-only team, and look, what a difference. Can you see the difference between, you know, the old European players and whatever bullshit I have to deal with in my time zone? No one's using slime except for me, but at least I'm using it in a creative sort of way. And in a meaningful sort of way. I mean, fucking greatsword guys. This is what you call being a Monster Hunter player. What a nice team. I should just permanently change my sleep schedule to just, you know, wake up at 3 in the morning and play with the Europeans. This is not going to work. I say that jokingly. I'm on leave at the moment at work, so that's why I'm able to do this. I usually work the evening shift. It's not super late, but you know, I don't want to get home and go to sleep immediately. Which is what I'd have to do to be able to do this again. But yeah. Probably would have been better to sheath in that situation. This may be one of the cleanest Descent into Hades runs that I've gotten on camera. I've done some really good runs with Descent into Hades in the past, but I think all the ones I've done on camera have been pretty miserable. Successful. I don't think I've had an unsuccessful Descent into Hades run on camera. They've all been successful, but just not like really clean, quick runs. They've always been really hard, which are fairly entertaining to watch still. Alright, these guys are not interested in this trap. They're very focused on keeping him where he is. In other words, they want to keep their DPS high, and they're taking opportunities as they come. They're not going to reduce team DPS by focusing on the trap, which is fine in this situation, I guess. I should be aiming for the tail a bit more. Oh no. Yeah, I should be aiming for it with greater focus. Would me carving the Uroktor really improve your experience while watching this recording? Would it make a huge difference? You know what? Rather than carve the Uroktor, I think the priority is fucking killing them, because, I mean, imagine having that opportunity being interrupted by this dickhead of a monster. Just, ugh. How frustrating. What I'll do is I won't constantly sharpen up to purple, it's probably not worth the time. What I'll do is I'll let my white sharpness deplete and then I'll sharpen up to purple. This is indeed a game where purple sharpness is significantly better than white, but still. I want to reposition on the head, not really working. There you go. I'm in position for the head, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully an Uroktor doesn't ruin my opportunity again. Would love to cut that tail. Of course, because tail health is proportional to the overall health of the monster, because this monster has so much damn health, it takes a long time to cut the tail. I may as well sharpen up because it's just going to be hanging around in that bloody exit for a while. Well, I suppose this is a good head opportunity trap position. It's just perhaps not that great for me. Unless, of course, no, I'm on my hands and knees. They are rightly doing the horizontal swing combo with the greatsword. I say rightly because the alternative would be to lose DPS or do the fucking upswing. But unfortunately the horizontal swing of the greatsword is bad for people who are nearby and using weapons like lance. I'm not really encouraged to see Chocolatin bouncing with his greatsword. I'm not convinced that Chocolatin's actually dealing much damage. Yes, it may look as if he is with that 1,600 inflated raw value on his greatsword, but I'm pretty sure his sharpness is balls. I think his max sharpness is maybe blue. Seriously. So he's probably, by a significant margin, the weakest link in the team. I'm not saying that that means we're going to fail on account of his subpar contributions, but imagine if we replaced Chocolatin with a really good hunter. We'd be... Oh, I'm not saying he's a bad hunter. Perhaps I should rephrase that to say, imagine if we replaced him with someone with a fucking nice loadout, like a poison loadout. Could you imagine? Just get a bit of passive poison damage to keep DPS ticking nice and consistently. That would be lovely. I used to run poison with Descent into Hades in those situations. I'm in a fucking bad position here. I had Dragon Balls. I call them Dragon Balls. Honestly, Dragon Orbs would be a better term. But, yeah, I had them on either side of me, which was undesirable. Back down to white. Oh, shit. Yeah, you can see this is what it means to take a hit from this monster. You don't want to be taking a hit from it. That is the long and short of it. Get away. It's because you take so much damage when getting hit that you can run out of potions if you're being frequently hit. It's not just like, you may be able to survive. Survival is one thing, but do you really think I need fucking defense down right now? You stupid insect? No, I don't have adamant seeds to counteract that, or armor skins or anything of that sort. Oh, thank you. Seriously. Can't believe this situation. I'm on hot ground, I need to move out of there. I have defense down. Like, it's not good at all to be in this position of having defense down against Descent into Hades. Oh no, never mind. It has already disappeared. It is a very short debuff period. Because it's just a Nahabra, thankfully. You know, it's not like getting a Devil Joe or an Acantor defense down. It disappears much faster than that. And I'm pleased that it does disappear faster than that. Would love to cut the tail, but I suppose it's not a requirement at this point. I think this is the first time I've ever used a lance on descent into Hades. Whether or not I enjoy it, I'm not entirely sure yet, but it's alright. Alright, now that I'm at blue sharpness, it is definitely time to sharpen, and indeed, there is a temptation to drop a pitfall, but he may leave very soon, and I think that's happening now, yeah. So I saw that he was exhausted, but I would have held off from pitfalling, because it was probably time for him to leave, and it was time for him to leave, so I'm glad that, you know, if I had a pitfall, I wouldn't have made that mistake, but of course I do not have a pitfall, as I explained before this hunt started. Carve the Rhinopolis, no. I don't think I will be doing that. You're doing your pouncing attack. Hopefully it doesn't get anyone. It got someone! That's not good. I mean, yes, it's an opportunity for us to hit the monster, but I'd love to instead have this opportunity be through a pitfall trap. He has recovered from his exhaustion because he has eaten one of our hunters. I like how the monster can eat a hunter to the point where the monster has received sustenance from the hunter in having eaten the hunter, and then the hunter can just continue. It's like, yep, I'm good, guys. A big chunk of my body has been consumed by this monster, but I'm fine, I can continue. And it's like, well, there you go. It's not about the realism, guys. Imagine being eaten. I mean, this is a big monster. How does it go from being hungry to being satisfied after eating a hunter, and then the hunter can just continue hunting? Like, you should be dead. And not just dead, but consumed. Oh god, it's happening again. Wait, this is a tail opportunity. Seeing as though I'm here. Building up that slime. This is why I attack the tail towards the tip, so that I don't get hit by shit like that. I'm surprised that didn't actually apply Dragon Blight to me. Oh yeah, if you have an element or a status and you're fighting this monster and you don't have nullberries, prepare to contribute very little. Or at the very least, less than you intended. That's why I shielded. I knew he was going to spawn them on my position. Now that was one thing that I would consider an oversight. This is one of those hunts that's guaranteed to run for at least, 20 minutes. That's sort of a best case scenario, given the team. My oversight was not bringing stamina recovery materials. Or items, whatever you want to say. Maybe materials is not appropriate. Material may not. I really should have said consumables. A material. Oh, there you go. I got a good knockdown with that blast exploding. Would love to hit that head, but no. I'm too busy on my hands and knees. I don't have life powders. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a bad teammate. But sometimes one's eagerness to use a life powder can put oneself in danger, which can, result in death and result in all sorts of bad things. So sometimes it can be good to use a life powder when it may suit the team, and sometimes it's not. Keeping my shield raised. Of course, the effectiveness of my shielding sometimes is only going to be as effective as or really is only going to be effective or otherwise dependent upon my stamina. I'm going to back hop here so that I'm in a better spot. Alright. Ah, very good. I may as well gather it this shiny. Who knows what it is? Could be a Stygian Sky Emerald. Or a bug. One or the other. Yes, I don't think I will be dying in real life on account of a poorly timed life powder use in-game. If that were possible, then maybe I would reconsider playing the game. At all. Which would break my heart because I love 3 Ultimate. It's my favourite Monster Hunter game. I know that I keep talking about cutting that tail, but it would be unwise for me to basically lock myself into aiming for the tail because it would reduce my DPS quite considerably. I should be going for consistent build-up of slime at this point. The best things for me to aim for would be the head, if it's there. If I weren't aiming for the tail, ideally, I would be aiming for the back legs for trips and knockdowns and the like. A trip and a knockdown is the same thing, by the way. I'm just using different terms in case you were unsure of what I meant in saying trip, but it should be pretty clear. Here we go. It's a little bit dangerous here. I'm gonna... Yeah. I didn't like that. It looks like an opportunity, but it's not. Tail, no. Tail. You dick. If you could maybe stop for a moment, that would be great. Thank you for the support. See, that was acknowledgement from the team that that was a dangerous situation, and that is where we need to be using life powders. Situations like those where someone is actually unable to do anything. You know, I was basically stuck there using my shield to guard. Let's say, for example, I had run out of stamina. I'm in the shit. You know, if I run out of stamina and health, then that's the end of it. But that's one of the things with Lance. You can find yourself in situations where you're just stuck shielding because the time that it would take for you to put your weapon away would be very dangerous. Or it would be a very... it would be an opportunity for the monster to take, to hit you, in other words. Can I dive this in time? No, I can't. Cannot. My stamina is now looking pretty bad. Oh, there goes Chocolatin, death number 1. He did well to survive this much. Depending on how long the hunt goes for, it really does depend. I actually don't know how well we've been doing. It feels like we've been doing very well, but it could still be a while until we finish. I may have to farcast to the camp to get stamina recovery materials. I don't want to reduce team DPS by having to do that, only to recover stamina, but the thing is, I am shield dependent with the lance. That's just how it is. I don't have evasion skills, so I am shield dependent. What that means is that if I don't have appropriate stamina, I may as well be, as the Americans say, a sitting duck. And I don't really need to be that when I'm fighting a monster like this. Let's go for that tail cut. Because this monster has so much health, you can't really anticipate the cutting of the tail because it does take so long. But we can keep aiming for it in the hope that one day it will be cut. And it could be now. That one day may come now. Now? Video proof that a super Stygian tail can be cut. Well, there is video proof. I've recorded it before, but it does take a long time. There you go. Video proof. You have to commit to that shit. This hunt is too long. Well, what did I say? It's super Stygian. I think people who don't know super Stygian would underestimate just how difficult he is. He is one of the hardest hunts in the series. And I mean in the series, not in the reboot. I'm not talking about 5th gen, I'm talking 1st to 4th. One of the hardest. And that's bad. That's bad. I'm sorry I don't have life powders, guys. You are so fucked right now. Must be screaming that he wasn't healed faster than he was. I'm glad that there was... Oh my god, he's in a bad situation. Look at this. You know, when we're at this point in the hunt, and I'm unable to life powder, that basically implicates me in a negative fashion. You know, that basically makes me look like I'm not contributing to the hunt by being unable to heal someone in that terrible situation. When we are so far into the hunt, and, you know, failure at this point is truly crushing. You know, that's 20 minutes of wasted time. He is limping. I do have a trap and tranks. I can cap. Fucking send it. Alright. Let's go for the capture. We're doing well. You know, that was a good run. It's only, you know, we're about 22 minutes in, I would guess. And he's already limping, so that's a good run. As far as they go, that's a good run. Now we have to be careful. Chocolatin, all you have to do is fucking survive. That's it, man. I'm going to position the trap in a good spot, somewhere that we can all get behind it. There's no point... Chocolatin. Okay, 2 traps is fine. See? Even going for the capture can be fucking dangerous. Alright, that's a successful hunt, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking hell. That was a good run. I know it might not look like it, but it's very easy for a 30-minute run of Descent into Hades. That's typical, to be honest. If you've got a good team, you know, a team that is dealing exceptional damage, that's when you're looking at 20 minutes. So... Oh my god, I'm not showing the chat. Fuck off, there's nothing to see. Has responded with 2 hyphens. I don't know if that... I don't know what that means. I guess that... Oh, he doesn't like being upswung by Chocolatin, I think. Look. See, this is what it means to be Hunter Rank 999. You actually care about being upswung by someone. Because you become so... wanted to kick back, and because he couldn't kick back, he got upset about it. How funny is that? Something so unimportant. Whatever. Yeah, well, you're not seeing it. Sorry, you're gonna have to take my fucking word for it. That is my 3rd Hades skull. So, that must mean that I've done this quest 8 times. Well, completed it 8 times. I'm sure I've done it more than 8 times, but as far as completing it, yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, I'll sell it for 0 zenny. That sounds like a great plan. I didn't actually see how much HRP I got from that quest. You'd hope it would be a lot, wouldn't you? I'm going to need to cut back on the bugs, though. Oh, that's really funny. Choco poop. Can you believe this? How juvenile is this person? Chocolatin is just for fun. Upswinging just for fun. It doesn't matter. It's a video game, and is like, what is your problem, Choco poop? Are you 10? Fucking hell. I'm telling you, people who are Hunter Rank 999 in the older games, you know, Try, 3 Ultimate, even 4 Ultimate to be honest, those people, a lot of them are emotionally disturbed. That is basically those people. They've played too much Monster Hunter, their brains have melted away, and they are sad people. That is my experience with Hunter Rank 999s. It's just a different pool of human being when you start playing with only Hunter Rank 999s. Oh, here we go. It's continuing. Maybe you want to drink your apple juice with your nose in future. You see, I don't want to... I don't want to get involved because I don't want to be kicked from one of the only rooms. If I'm blocked by Urs, that's a problem. I won't be able to join this person's room ever again. I'm just going to send an LOL. Better to send an LOL than nothing. I don't want to just pretend like that's totally in order and not ridiculous. Anyways, it's just totally bizarre. The mix of apple and chocolate all in one. Okay. What is going on? Isn't there a way to unblock someone? Well, the person who blocked me in the first place would have to block me. Or rather, unblock me, I would imagine. And it may very well be the case that after a certain amount of time has elapsed, I would be automatically unblocked, but the point is that I don't want to... Anyway. I think the point is clear. I don't know what this person is prating on about, but it's rather embarrassing. Anyway. Who's posting next? Is it my turn? I'm gonna ask. Can I post? I want tickets from, you know, the quest. The hard-hitting lineup quest that I cannot actually refer to as hard-hitting lineup because none of them will know what I'm referring to. I've asked if I can post. If I'm given a yay, then great. If I'm given a nay, then so be it. But I may as well ask the question. Sure, says Urs, great. See, if I were to, you know, slag Urs off, best case scenario would be, no, you're not going to post. Worst case scenario, you're going to get kicked from the room and blocked. So sometimes it's better to just hold your tongue. I've held my tongue for the sake of the live stream, and I hope you guys appreciate that. Alright, I'll bring a gun lance. We're going to bring the Shining Ishtar, because this is a nice gun lance. It's very good. This is the thing, there are not that many people playing the game right now, and this person is constantly hosting rooms that lots of people join, so I don't want to be blocked by that person. That would be bad. Alright, hard-hitting lineup. This is where we do need to bring smoke bombs. Thanks for the hunt, smiley face, and I think Chocolatin is leaving now. Bye. I think he's been left very confused by that outburst from Urs, but, you know, as long as he doesn't take it too hard. That's the thing, I don't think he would be offended by it, more confused, really. He was told to drink a cocktail of apple juice and excrement through his nose for upswinging Urs after the quest was over. So I think that would confuse the best of us. But if this guy is rather limited in his ability to communicate in the English language, that would only further add to his confusion. So, yeah. I think by chocolate, he really meant excrement. Yes, Chocolatin was his name, but, you know, Urs was furthermore suggesting that the chocolate was actually, as he says, poop. Poop. Wow. Icky. I don't really want to three-man this quest, but this is a good team to do it with. If I were to do it with it... Oh, do we really need to double down on this, man? Is this a good idea? There you go. Shadow Zor. Another Zor. He's added an E. Shadow Zor. How weird is that? Lord Zor and Shadow Zor. Jeez. He's the next level up of Edge, I guess. I've never met another person in Monster Hunter who had the name Zor, by the way. Never met one. It's taken, you know, 13 years. I don't know if this person can even join the quest. If they can, I'm worried because I don't think this person's got a good loadout. They're HR6. And this person was using an unupgraded Rathalos longsword, I think. So I don't think I want this person on the team. No, please. No. No. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it. I mean, Urz will be on my side, and I hope that he'll kick this person if they don't leave. I don't think Urz realized, well, now that he's seen it, he may not even, for so much as a moment, hesitate to kick this person. I understand that Shadow Zor might not have anyone else to play with, but to be completely honest, if this person is playing in... if this person is playing in the European time zone, they've got people to play with, so sorry, focus on upgrading your stuff. Come on, says Shadow Zor. That's my fucking line. Come on, man. Don't be sad about... Look, I'm leaving it in Urz's hands. If Urz is willing to depart with this person, if only for pure entertainment, then fine. And an unupgraded Rathalos longsword. I mean, what is going on? You haven't even used a weapon that's good to use in all situations. You've used something that is specifically good for monsters that are weak to fire. You haven't gone with raw or status. I realize that inexperience can't always be accounted for, but come on. Now the people see what I have to deal with. Well, don't be dramatic about it. This is a genuine person who wants to hunt and wants to be given a chance. I feel sorry for this guy. I genuinely do. Look, he's actually willing to... No, that's not where you remove the quest. Apparently Urz doesn't care. See, Shadow Zor is upset about it. I'm sorry, man. I don't feel good doing this, but just... This is to encourage you to please focus on upgrading your stuff. Well, let's see what Shadow Zor wants to do after being given Urz's blessings. I care, but apparently Urz doesn't care, which is surprising to me, but... I'm sorry, man. You know, I feel bad, but... Urz thinks it's funny. I don't. He came across as a real human being in that moment, you know? And I'm sorry for that. It's just, your focus needs to be on upgrading your stuff, not doing hard-hitting lineup with low-rank gear and a totally inappropriate longsword. I'm sorry. I need to bring smoke bombs. Anyway. I'm not going to access the box. I'm going to go straight in with a smoke bomb, just in case Urz doesn't want to smoke, because he would rather have the challenge of no smoke bombs. Oh, it looks like we've got the same idea. Alright. He has unreservedly gone in for the attack. I was sort of wanting to bring Uragan a little bit closer to the door, but that's fine. We don't have anyone ranged, so it's okay. I'll get ready to... Yeah, I knew it. Urz was not interested unless... Yeah, Urz was not even remotely interested in doing the smoke bomb thing. It's not fun for him if we're doing it one at a time, apparently. What an asshole. I want to succeed here. I don't want a slow-ass hunt having to deal with 2 monsters at the same time. Looks like they're focusing on Diablos. I understand why. It's technically better to have Uragan as the monster attacking from the outside than... But even then, look at that. Perhaps not. I'm really annoyed by their decision to do this. Whatever. He had no desire to do the smoke bomb thing. Very frustrating. I'm sure he knows what it is. Whatever. I'm literally fighting 2 monsters at once with a low mobility weapon type. Do you know how fucking shit that is? Apparently Urz doesn't mind, but this person is probably desperate for some sort of, you know, stimulation. This person is probably both mentally and emotionally dead inside. So this would probably be enough stimulation for them to actually feel something in their sad, pathetic life. But in my case, you know, I'm not really into it. I think I'd rather avoid this kind of stimulation. Really. Yeah, my stamina was just pushed to the absolute limit right there. Absolute limit. See, how am I supposed to do anything? I can't do anything. My DPS is in the toilet because of this fucking strategy that Urz has no doubt deemed to be entertaining and worthwhile. Not to me. I haven't even been able to get a power shot out. Well, whatever you want to call it. Heavy shot, power shot, I don't care. I think the words that I've used there make it clear what I'm referring to anyway. Can I get a wyvern fire out? Sorry, Siegfried. It may have actually been helpful for me to hit you away like that. Gave you a bit of invulnerability. God, I wish I'd chosen a different weapon type. You know, something with high mobility so I can move around and indeed maneuver around these monsters. The only reason why Diablos died so quickly is because of the consistent damage Poison was dealing. You know, while I was unable to hit the monster consistently, Poison was ticking away. That's one of the good things about Poison, of course. It's not as strong as it used to be back in 1st and 2nd gen, but it's still, you know, dealing something in the way of decent damage. Yeah, get away. There goes Siegfried. Good night. Oh, can I get it out? Yes, I can. Bloody well did. Let's get another one of those out. Of course, with a normal gunlance type, this is normal shelling type, your heavy shot is best. That is because you get more shells with normal than any other shell. And so that indicates how much damage you're going to do with your heavy shot. Your heavy shot consumes all of the shots that you have loaded. And needless to say, if you've got as many as 5 shots, it looks like, yeah, 5, that's going to be ideal for your heavy shot. I don't know how it's actually calculated, but it makes sense to me logically that normal shot is best for, you know, these heavy shots that I'm doing. think my Wyvern Fire has recovered, but I'll save that for the next monster. Do I start with purple? No, I don't. I don't think I'm using Sharpness +1 here. I'm using Razor Sharp instead, which is fine. I think that's quite alright. Is this Mega Potions? It is. It's alright. These two are good hunters, so... even if we're not doing the smoke bomb thing, we can still get by. It's only 4 monsters, right? Yeah, just 4. I can't see what the monsters are, and I've never understood this, why they don't want to tell me the fucking monsters here. Just in this game specifically. In the other games it's fine. I think in Trine 3 Ultimate they decided, nah, let's hide that information. Why? Anyway. It actually bothers me. Oh my god. Oh, never mind. It's just you. I thought there were you see, what I thought had happened, and you guys saw that, I thought 2 Black Diablos popped out, okay? Now, that would not concur with my memory of what I saw, you know, in the list of monsters on this quest, but... seriously, I nearly shat. Because of the weird connection issue that happened there when Diablos popped out, it looked like 2 had come out. Pretty scary. I need to try and get a Wyvern Fire out if I can. I'm glad I have my shield up, holy god. I tried to pull my shield out, I actually pressed the buttons to do it, but the game didn't respond fast enough. You can see how I've got my weapon out now. Actually, maybe I didn't sheath it in the first... oh, fuck off! I thought you'd gone over there. Leave me alone. I'm getting put in the corner right now. I can't see what is going on. Anyway. You see, you can't distract monsters by attacking them. Like, you can't split into 2 groups and then have... the monster you're attacking distracted and then the other one's focused on the people attacking them. It's random based on how many players have been seen by the monster. Why are you flashbombing the rear of the monster? The monster does not have eyes in their asshole, okay? All that's doing, again, you have to be very careful with flashbombs. If you're positioning them poorly, what you are achieving is blinding me while I'm trying to fight the monster. Like, there's no return on investment. There's no return on the blinding of your teammates. You're just blinding me and that's it. And it's annoying. I'd love to get a Wyvern Fire out. Can I do it? I might be able to do it. Yeah, baby. I didn't even have to take a hit for that. Alright, get my stamina back a little bit. Oh, fucking hell. Please don't come out. Oh. I only barely had enough stamina to block both of those things, but you're seeing exactly why having a low mobility weapon type fucking sucks for this sort of situation. I only brought a gun lance because I thought it would be fine if we were doing the smoke bomb thing, but someone didn't want to do the smoke bomb thing. And their name starts with E and ends with Z. Chose the worst time possible to go for a Wyvern Fire. Why would you do that? He got a bit excited. There's no point going for a Wyvern Fire if you're just going to fail it anyway. It's bad. It's better to just wait. My stamina back. God, leave me alone. Seriously. Oh, let's fight 2 monsters at once. It's real fun, guys. Yeah, it is just a delight, isn't it? Alright. Who is flashbombing so ineffectively? I'm pretty sure it's Siegfried. He seems to be good at his damage dealing, and he seems to be good at surviving as well, but god, he sucks with flash bombing. I do still have a Wyvern. Oh no, I think I've since recharged my Wyvern Fire. I did manage to get it out last time, if I recall. In fact, I definitely recall. Am I far enough away? Just barely. Oh god. It would have been fine normally, but I had dived into a wall, so I was worried about that. Anyway. There's a pitfall going down. Just missed it. I do have my Wyvern Fire on hand. But what I'll do is I'll try to get a full combo out here. Never mind. I am instead going to miss not only my Wyvern Fire, but also my Heavy Shot. But I guess in the end, it was okay. In the end, it was okay. And you know what? I didn't expend many healing wares. Someone might say I was being dramatic, but seriously, I still don't like hunting multiple monsters at the same time. It pisses me off. I suppose what I would say is it pisses me off when I have really poor mobility. I want to be able to watch where the monster is that I'm not fighting and then avoid it. But I can't very well avoid it if I'm basically stuck in a wheelchair. That's what it feels like when you're using a gun lance. You feel like you've just got this limited mobility and it's so much physical effort just to move anywhere. That's what it's like. Hunt Hallowed Gen? Well, no, sorry. If it's put on the board, then great, but while I'm hunting with good people, I'm going to take that opportunity to get tickets from hard-hitting lineup. If I'm lucky, I'll get more than one from this quest. No, I got one. Medal Voucher G. I'll need another 3 at least. Probably 3. And I'll show you the weapon that I'm making with them. I'm not so interested in the stats of the weapon, it's mostly the appearance of it. Oh, okay. That was an even larger gold crown large than the last one. This one's 2,612 centimeters. All right. Now, that's right, I was going to show you the weapon. No, I can't upgrade it because I haven't forged it yet. Having considered that, do I need more tickets once I've forged? I think it's possible that I will need a lot of tickets from hard-hitting lineup now that I think about it. So it's Dragon's Roar. No, that's probably the fully upgraded version. It's not very good, is it? It's not an amazing switch axe, it's just... I like the look of it. Check that out. It's got that event weapon look to it. And it's big. Motor burst, this fucking thing. Look how ugly that is. I don't think it was in Try. I think it was added in Portable Third. It doesn't look like something that was in Try, I don't recognize it. I know that there was a barrel switch axe in Try, but there wasn't an Uragan one. Oh, Sinister Saints, you break my heart. You know what's awful about this fucking weapon? A fun weapon to use in Try, even though I wasn't a fan of switch axe. But you can't even upgrade it to G rank level in this game. That's why I haven't made it. This would have been a good Awaken Fire switch axe for this game, but it doesn't actually upgrade beyond high rank. Why would they do that? And now? Asks Urs. I don't mind. I have streamed Hunsterverse many, many times. I do that all the time, just perhaps not recently. I used to do it fairly frequently. Looks like Siegfried doesn't particularly want to post anything, and Urs is asking for what we're going to hunt next. I don't really want to do the same quest again, not just to bore the team, but also to bore you guys. I don't want to do that sort of thing. As much as I want the tickets, I would rather do that in my own time, if possible. Urs is speaking in German. I don't know, if he has a quest in mind, we'll do it. Otherwise, I can post something. I suppose I could post Hello, Jen. Alright, this might be an opportunity. If he even knows what it means. I'll type... Well, does he even know what subspecies means? I'll just type this in. Because basically, it wouldn't say hallowed Jen in German. It would be whatever the German word for hallowed is. But I suppose if I add a word in front of Jen, they would know what I mean. K, says Urs. The reason why I thought that Urs would happily agree is because I don't think many people would post hallowed Jen. I don't need him, but I enjoy fighting him. He's a good, different monster to fight. Looks like Urs has agreed, so let's bring a fire weapon. What's a fun fire weapon? I'll probably bring a Morales weapon. What one should I use? I've got a few options. Oh, I know what to do. Check this out. No. I just used Gunlance. I know that I just rolled Gunlance and it's against the spirit of the wheel if I... But no, I just did Gunlance. I'm not doing it again. Okay. Hammer has been selected. The only thing that I suppose... the only thing that I don't like about having to use hammer here is because I think the last time I did Hallowed Gen, I used the Antiphonal, but fine. Actually, that's right, I remember. This is the point, I did this fairly recently. I had decided that there would be no reason to use the hammer set for this because I don't get any use out of Rocksteady, I don't get any use out of Knockout King, and Weakness Exploit's not going to be all that good, so I would be better off using this set with the Antiphonal for this particular run, particularly because I do need to boost the purple sharpness. Look how much purple it has when I actually have sharpness +1. That is the point. So yeah, I did this recently, but I guess for anyone who didn't see it, you can see it again. The wheel has decided what I'm going to use. So it's out of my hands. Okay, I'm not going to refuse to do both hammer and Gunlance. Wait, is it? It might be one of these, actually. Here we go. Festival on the Sea of Sand. Also, hello, Force Infinity. I don't know if you said anything before, but I always appreciate it when people check in and say hello. You know, I've got a number of viewers, and most of them haven't said a word so far. You don't have to chat. I don't have a need for people to chat, necessarily, but I'd like to know who's watching me. Otherwise, it's sort of creepy. It's like, well, who are those people? But that's just me. Oh yes, if only, Nagakuga, really. I don't like referring to people by their names if their name is literally a monster. It's weird. It's like, well, I'm referring to a person, not a monster from Monster Hunter. Whatever. I ate, didn't I? Yes, I got heroics. Oh fuck, should I do a heroics run? Should I do it? Fuck, I don't know if I can do it, guys. If I bring toadstools, maybe. Toadstools and It's not going to be easy. Hopefully he knows what heroics is. Again, it would be different in German. Anyway. I'll bring bombs and stuff. I'll need to bring small barrel bombs, which I don't have in my box. But I'll bring barrel bomb large as well. I've got L plus already. Huh? See what I mean? He doesn't know the German word for that. He only has a limited understanding, I would imagine, of the English versions of what he's used to. So it's fine. He'll work it out. Yeah, so barrel bomb small. I've got toadstools. I've got antidotes to stop the poison when I need to. We'll be okay. Okay, that's really embarrassing. I don't know what that's referencing, but that's some fucking otaku shit right there. Heldentaten. Well, if you ran that through Google Translate, there's no guarantee that the translation team went with the same translation, okay? I don't want to send something random in the chat. Why am I doing that? I don't think I need either of those things. Anyway, it would have been better if I were running heroics to not have actually eaten for increased health, but whatever. I need to bomb myself somewhere away from these other guys. Up here should be fine. I mean, Urs will work out what I'm talking about when I... Oh my god. This is not going to work at all. I need to use toasters. Alright. So basically, the small barrel bomb is to remove my red health when necessary, and I've obviously got antidotes to remove the toadstool poison. I probably should be shooting the cannon as well, but... Yeah, I've got heroics, I may as well use it. It's just going to be harder because I've already eaten for 150 health. It's going to take a while. I mean, I could intentionally take a hit. That would definitely help, wouldn't it? He's going to swing his tusks, so let's take a hit from these. I don't want to get thrown off, though. I better stand here. Oh, no, I have to stand here. Fuck. Alright, there you go. I don't want to be thrown off, you know. If I fuck up my heroics, it's not the end of the world. No one else is going to die. I'm going to need to take a lot more damage than this. The thing with heroics health is that I believe you need to have lower health than adrenaline, for instance. I need to check my current damage, so 1362. That could be heroics already, but just in case, I'll drop myself a little further. Oh, bad. I completely forgot that he does that, and you can't actually avoid it. Heroics and adrenaline, bad idea on Gen. Bad idea. Okay, I've changed my mind, okay. I had heroics, I gave it a try, but I had completely forgotten that that was a problem. That he does the rock attack, which you just can't really avoid unless you've got a shield or something like that, because you just get hit by it if you're on his back, and I'm not going to be dealing any damage if I'm not on his back, so yeah, let's just do it. Doesn't matter. My heart was in the right place. I would much rather be on his back right now, but I'm not, and that's my fault. I'm gonna get hit by that, unless I do that. Can I hit the golf swing? Yeah. I don't think I can do it again. Yes, I can. Thanks, man. It's alright. We're not lacking in damage, okay? We've got Urs running Pierce. And I think Siegfried got a decent amount of damage out there. I mean, that was a little embarrassing, but I wish that I'd remembered that standing on the back of a gen while at one-shot health is just not going to work. So, yeah. Oh, why would I get rid of red health? Basically, if I'm going to keep myself at very low health, recovering... So basically what red health does is it gives you a certain amount of health that you can naturally recover. If I'm using poison to drop my health, poison does not permanently reduce your health. It only... basically, all the health that you lose through poison until you take a hit from something will be red health, which means that it can all be naturally recovered. So, in order to ensure... Okay, I better fucking... Nicely done. In order to ensure that I don't recover it back, because obviously I want my health to stay low, I use a small barrel bomb to deal a small amount of damage to me, which automatically removes all red health. I suppose if you haven't seen someone actually intentionally adrenaline or heroics a monster, you wouldn't be cognizant of those details, but it is the truth that people just don't run adrenaline or heroics anymore. I used to have an adrenaline set in 3 Ultimate back when I first, started the game, because I was still in the try-head space back then, but unfortunately I had sort of... become a bit of a casual by that point, and I realised that I wasn't so much in the mood to do adrenaline anymore. So I got rid of that set when I needed more space for armor set slots. And, here we are in 2022, and I'd like to give adrenaline a good shake again, but I just don't have any spots, any armor set slots to make a set. Maybe I'll have a look and see if I can remove one. I think I've got... Actually, I think I have a fashion set. Unless I got rid of that. No, I must have gotten rid of that guild fashion set. I think I got rid of it. Yeah. In fact, I definitely did. Must have been when I was making those Awaken armor sets. But, I hope you don't break that tusk. I need that to get on the fucking monster. But yeah, I'll see if I can possibly make an adrenaline set, because I'd like to get back into it. Particularly because not many people do it anymore. You better watch out, Siegfried. Honestly, you'd be better off going along the other side. I'm doing pretty dangerous attacks here. And then you're going to flinch me as well. I mean, this is not ideal, man. You just don't get it, do you? Okay. I don't know if you know what "for fuck's sake" means, but you just pissed me right off, man. Why would you go on my side when I'm using a hammer? It was my concern for you which led me to want to go to the other side, but then you're fucking me up anyway, and then to try and get away from you, I fucking roll off the edge of the damn monster. Seriously. How fucking annoying is that? It's not a requirement that I get on the back for us to actually kill this monster. We'll be fine. We've got Urs running Pierce and Siegfried's doing his thing. But, I'd like to be contributing. It's part of the enjoyment. It's just lazy play on the part of Siegfried. He's very focused on whatever he's doing. He doesn't really care so much about how it might be affecting me. Just mindless play. And it's unfortunate to see that from him after I've been complimenting the team and their competency all this time. I do realise that I'll be hit by this if I don't reposition. Yeah, just missed that golf swing. Thank you. I realise that you don't want to miss your opportunity to pierce into the mouth, so I'm not going to have a go at you for doing that. Well, it's 6:42 in the morning here. Yes, I have slept. I woke up very early. It's going to feel very weird, you know. By midday, it's going to feel like I've like spent my whole day already. But it's only going to be midday. Urz is on the Dragonator. That looks like it hurt. You big bloody whale. This is a good spot to stand to see it all happen, actually. I probably should have done that. That's alright. I don't think Jen, in the hallowed form, ever gives you a chance to jump on the back. He might. Let's see if he does. Where is he appearing? Oh no, he's going to do the body slam. Well, Urz understands the movements of the hallowed Jen. I've since forgotten. My memory is mostly based on Jen because I've fought Jen in Tri, Portable Third, and 3 Ultimate. So, therefore, that's what I'm used to. Jen, in the hallowed form, is different, and I haven't committed to memory the differences. He attacks differently, and that's part of fighting the subspecies. You want something different, but yeah, I don't remember all the ins and outs. Hey ho, scene. Don't expect to know who Nagakuga is, Jojo. Nagakuga is just a very excitable individual in my chat at the moment. You can tell he's from Hunsterverse, honestly. Is he coming close to the boat? Yeah, he is. Are you kidding me? Well, fine. All I wanted was a successful golf swing, and then he pulls away just before I can do that. Have I sharpened yet? I think I have. I think I've already depleted my sharpness to white before. Well, hopefully I don't upswing Siegfried, but I'd also love to. Part of me would love to do it, just in return for the bullshit you put me through last time. Why are you combo greatswording? You don't even have a status to apply or anything like that. Are you for real? Oh no, that's my, well, that's my fucking mistake, isn't it? But seriously, I could be, no, I won't be picked up by the tail. You're generally not picked up by the tail on this side. Sometimes you can be on the right side of the boat, but whatever. I don't know what Siegfried was doing. I was so distracted by the fact that he was fucking combo greatswording that I was not paying attention to where the gen was. But yeah, that is just unbelievable. You're not dealing more damage by doing that. You're doing shit damage. That's the reality. Anyway. I don't know, I have been actively complimenting Siegfried from the start, but all that's starting to disappear now. Those sentiments are long gone. I now would rather this guy just bugger off. He's already throwing me off? Oh, come on! I only got on the back. I thought maybe he was going to do his tail maneuver, but he wasn't. This has not been a good hunt. This is definitely, by a significant measure, you know, by any reasonable measure, one would admit that this is the worst on-camera recording I've done of Hallowed Gen. This has just been a miserable affair. Terrible from start to finish. Is Combo Greatsword ever good? It's only good if you're applying a status. So let's say you've got a Slime Greatsword in this game. You wouldn't do it with a Blast Greatsword in the later games because Blast isn't good enough to go Combo Greatsword with it. But if you're running... I can actually equip an example of a weapon that could be good to use Combo Greatsword with in the next hunt. But if you've got Blast, excuse me, not Blast, forget Blast. If you've got Slime, Poison, Sleep, Paralysis at a very high level, then it's worth doing. And the reason why is because they give a very high value for statuses on weapons that have, you know, slow-moving combos. But you can actually Are you for real? You can counteract the low DPS of your weapon by just deliberately attacking frequently instead of charging it. So, let's say you've got 600 paralysis on your greatsword. If you were to use it as a normal greatsword, you would be paralyzing about as frequently as you would be with a much lower value on a fast attacking weapon. But you can actually just go combo greatsword and apply a shitload of paralysis in a short space of time, by indeed sacrificing damage to do that. That is an example where combo greatsword is appropriate. Now, the weapon that I was thinking of in my mind is Wyvern's Perch. That is a poison greatsword that has, I think, 900 poison. I do have that, and I might use it in the next hunt for fun. I'll combo greatsword until I apply poison, and then I'll use it as a normal greatsword. Poison's a good one to do combo greatsword with, Wyvern's Perch for example, because you can use it as combo greatsword until you've applied the status, and then you can start using it normally. In the case of, say, Slime, Sleep, and Paralysis, it doesn't have a constant effect. You're building up to one moment where the effect takes place, and then you just start going combo greatsword again. You don't get that opportunity to start using it as a normal greatsword again. So, maybe it wouldn't be as good. Combo greatsword, in other words, does have its place, sort of. But not for Siegfried. That was not helpful for him at all. That was just depleting his damage for no real reason at all. Or reducing his potential damage for no real reason at all. Naga Cougar in the chat is joking when he says that, by the way. Look at him go! Oh, come on, man. Of all the monsters, you need to be charging your greatsword with Gemaran, because the reality is that you've got the opportunity to do that. This is a monster that stays in one place for a lengthy period of time, so you don't have to worry about settling for what you can get away with. You can always get away with a level 3 charge, so do that. Look at him go. I don't care what your dragon value is. I really don't care. It's not high enough for that to be a worthwhile strategy. So get a grip, man. And why is he using dragon on this monster? Fuck. I mean, admittedly, he's only been using that greatsword from the beginning, but I don't know if he always had Dragon Awaken on it. But if we're going to look at Dragon Awaken greatswords, Devil Joe in this game. Absolutely Devil Joe. I can't believe that he's doing that. It shocks me. I thought that he knew what he was doing with his greatsword, but apparently not. Maybe he thinks that by doing that he's going to have such high DPS that somehow it's going to counteract whatever lacking damage he's dealing by not charging his greatsword, but it's not true. If he were getting consistent, I'm talking consistent level 3 charges, and comboing that, that would be far and above the damage he's dealing now. This is the point. Settling for what you can get away with while using greatsword is important. It's the difference between dealing no damage and dealing some damage. The monster's already dead because Urz is using Pierce, which is extremely effective against this monster. But yeah, it's basically the difference between getting a hit off and not getting hit off at all. Because if you're committing to a level 3 charge and the monster just hits you before you can get it off, that's officially no damage dealt. It is better to deal a level 1 charge or a level 2 charge than completely fail a level 3 and deal no damage. That is the beauty of greatsword. To be in a position where you can actually get away with getting consistent level 3 charges and then opt to not charge at all is illogical and completely counterintuitive to the entire purpose of the greatsword weapon type. So, there you go. Urz recognizes that he killed the monster too fast to allow us to carve, but I didn't do this quest because I needed materials, so that's fine. Yeah, this hammer is pretty cool. I like it. All of the Morales weapons are very nice. Holy, is this... It could be 3 Dragon's Fires in one hunt, guys. No. It's 1 Dragon's Fire and 2 Earth Dragon Gems, but still pretty good luck. Not bad at all. But yeah, that was not great. I will bring, probably for the next hunt, depending on what it is, the Wyvern's Perch Greatsword. I'll show you it. I'll use it as a normal greatsword once the poison has been applied, which should happen pretty quickly, but we'll do this. The problem with it is... Oh, sorry, it's called the Lordly Death Cap when fully upgraded. I think it was Wyvern's Perch in Portable Third, but anyway. It's actually more than 900, it's 990, it's almost 1,000 poison. So, you know, when you've got that much poison on a weapon, this is where combo greatsword makes sense. Because you're applying your status or element as frequently as you're making contact with the monster in question. So usually the amount of poison or element that you have on the weapon is going to relate in some way to the speed at which your weapon attacks. That's why you will usually see higher values on greatswords. It's because if you're using the greatsword correctly, you will be hitting the monster less often, technically. So that's the reason why generally you wouldn't run a status greatsword. But if the status value is really high, it can be worth intentionally attacking without charging. And this would be an example of that. Siegfried is gone. That is, or that was rather, his last hunt. So, there you go. Show my armor skills, okay. For those who are unfamiliar with Rocksteady, that is effectively high-grade earplugs, but it doesn't work on some Elder Dragons. Interestingly, Elatrion can have his roar resisted by Rocksteady. I didn't used to think that. But it does work with him. It doesn't work with Cedeus or Jen Moran, but it does work with Elatrion. And it also doesn't work with Giganox, but every other monster except those 3, I think, Rocksteady will work with. And then obviously Focus, Critical Draw, and Sharpness +1 are fairly self-explanatory. I have a feeling that there aren't that many people playing right now. I wish I could check the... And now? Asks Urs. Well... How about... Triple Uragan or something like that? Something that's weak to poison, you know. I don't have triple Uragan though by the looks of it. We could do triple Crimson Kurapeko. But it's in the volcano, so we would have an invading monster, I think. See that danger marker? That would be for Stygians and Ogre, I think, and I don't want to deal with that. Not at all. So I'll look for something else. Could do 3 Nagakuga. I don't really care what we're doing, I'm just posting quests that may be interesting. But yeah, we might have to 2-man with Urs now. I have a distinct feeling that in the time since I started playing, all the Europeans have just logged off. So, because I think that if there were other people playing, they would have joined this room. The only possibility outside of that would be Urs having blocked every prospective hunter that would have otherwise joined. Which is always possible with these sorts of hunters. Explain focus. No. Again, when he said explain focus, he was joking, Hossein. You need to read everything that Nagakuga says through the lens of he's just saying it because he thinks it's funny. He doesn't say it because it's serious. Anyway, we're fighting him now, as it so happens. Although I think he does genuinely want to see Kurapeko, but Look, if I have 3 regular Kurapeko, we'll do it, but... Yeah, I wasn't going to do Crimson because I don't want to be invaded by Stygians and Ogre with only one other guy. And, yeah, didn't want to deal with them. I just want to demonstrate this greatsword to you. And you've got 990 poison, which is, again, 99 in... That is true, 99 true poison, which is a lot. It can help to go combo greatsword, which is what I'm going to do. So we'll go for applying poison first. You can see that it doesn't affect the frequency of poison application. It rather increases the amount by which each application will add poison to the monster's build-up. I could actually go for just critical draw attacks. That would be one way to increase the damage. Alright, so we've already poisoned the monster. So now I'll go for regular greatsword play. And while this weapon is fairly low on the raw damage side of things, the critical draw will help to make it a bit stronger. We've got 2 people running greatsword here. Greatsword on Nagakuga, by the way, not very fun. I just sort of felt that it might be a good hunt to do, but not all that fun. Again, as I say. Oops. I didn't actually mean to roll that way, it's just that you have a limit. You can't really roll to the side in this game after charging your greatsword. Whether or not you can in the later games, I don't even know. I think you can. Settle for level 1 here, so that I can get out of the way of that fucking tail. He's already recovered from poison, damn. Oh, and he's just been poisoned again. Very good. Oops, I would have rather been on the head there, but that's all right. But yeah, this is a fun greatsword to use. I don't actually use it very often at all. But it's here. And the monster's limping. I would love to one zone. It drags on the hunt so much if you can't one zone each individual monster, but fortunately we've managed to do that even with 2 people. I'm really not in need of Nagakuga materials. Oh, did I forget to put my hallowed stuff away? Technically not. What I've done is I've fucking kept this stuff in my inventory. I don't need it, so... Do I have any other... Yeah, I do have other hallowed stuff, but that's still fine. Yeah, well, what Nagakuga says is more or less correct. It gives you an idea of how much damage a weapon will do versus another, but you can't compare them purely based on that. You have to compare them based on the speed at which they attack and other factors as well. I think Sword and Shield traditionally actually boosts your elemental and status value. That's sort of those hidden back-end boosts that certain weapon types give to various things, like, as I remember, yeah, Sword and Shield actually gives an increased value of that. Ooh, let's not upswing. I'll apologize for that. Sorry. Oh, of course. He can only be pitfalled when enraged. And high. At least we got another person. Always happy to see that. I do need to sharpen, honestly. fucking attack. I pressed the button to attack and it just didn't come out. Oh wow. I don't know if that person's joking or what. Wow. That was the most broken English I've ever seen. I'll show it to you once we finish this hunt, but this person basically said, I don't speak English in the most broken way possible. I mean, you would think that the person, if they didn't speak English, would at least run what they have said through Google Translate and then copy that and make it a shout so that they could send that. But no, this person has written out in the most broken English physically possible. I've never seen such broken English in my life. They've sent it out to say that they don't speak English. I mean, yeah, I get it. If you spoke English, you would not have been capable of typing that out. But, you know, again, why don't you just run it through a translator and get it right? And make it a shout so you don't have to retype it. I just don't get it. It's crazy. Alright. I think that's... No, he's not poisoned. What the fuck? He is poisoned. Good flinch. Not just a flinch, but a head break. Level 2. Settle for what you can get away with. That's the principle. Oh, there you go. Good flinch. Very nice. See, I'm settling for what I can get away with by doing that horizontal slash while he's jumping around doing his thing. Yes, he will, I'm sure. Hey, Crimson Gunner. Hey, that was a better run than last time. It felt better and it was better. Now we've got Tanya in the port. I'm glad that the room is filled up. Now, you see what's been written there? I dot speak English. Now, again, I've never seen such broken English before. That is on another level. I'm not trying to make fun of the fact that he doesn't speak English, but again, it's the year 2022. And this guy can't use Google Translate to just type that much. It's just bizarre. If I didn't know how to say I don't speak German, I would type that out in Google Translate and get it right. I wouldn't type some terribly butchered version like Ich bin nicht sprech Deutsch, like some fucking random ass shit like... Anyway. The point is that... Yeah. Here we go. Oh, I was not facing the right way anyway. And I, on two counts, I completely failed to counteract what that monster was doing, and that was very embarrassing. Yes, well, the main requirement for speaking German is to sound very angry. That is a requirement. Ugh. No. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry for upswinging this guy. I have to actually stop doing my upswing combo. From my experience in Monster Hunter in the first generation, it has made something that would be completely taboo somewhat acceptable, you know. The idea of using upswing with the greatsword, I would not do that online in almost any other game. In fact, in literally any other game, and I had completely removed it from my lexicon of possible attacks with the greatsword, but having played first gen in recent years, it's made it somewhat acceptable. So when I'm going combo greatsword, I actually revert to that style of play, because combo greatsword is the only way to use greatsword in first generation. So I naturally upswing, you know. I'm not impressed that I'm doing that in this game, but I'm basically having to override my muscle memory by not upswinging. So there you go. It's not Krakenhaus, it's Krankenhaus. It's not like the house of the Kraken or something. Krankenhaus. And you've also spelt house wrong. I don't think there's an E at the end. I think it's just... Anyway, the point is that, yeah, Krankenhaus. German is funny. Krankenhaus. Krankenwagen. Krankenwagen is literally sick car. Sick car. I'm gonna get in the sick car. Call the sick car. Something ails me. I need the sick car. Oh my god. What was that? Oh, unless Urz was here. Okay, if Urz was here, then okay. See how Kayamba is still over there? I actually thought that was Urz. I didn't realize that Urz was in this area. It looked as if I had completely missed the Nagakuga and he still died. Which would have been the funniest lag compensation death ever, but I have a sneaking suspicion that Urz actually attacked from behind. So, alright, we can relax now. I got excited, but yeah, I mean, I didn't see or hear Urz attacking. Where are the others, asks Tanya. We're on a quest. Oh dear. Urz didn't hit it? Well, I don't know. We'll see. Well, we won't see. I'll forget to check it back, but... yeah, that would have been a pretty funny... lag compensation kill. Of course, lag compensation damage is a thing. It exists, but it would be very funny to kill a monster with it. And to have it be that obvious. Constitution plus... fucking... have you ever seen me get a decent talisman in this game? It just doesn't happen. And do you know why? It's because most of them suck, okay? I'm not on a cursed table, I'm on a good table, if you can believe it. What has he posted? Are you fucking for real? Dear God. Why are we doing this? No. Just... I don't want to do low rank hunts. If they decide that they're going to do low rank hunts, I'm going to leave and see if there are any other options. And if there are not any other options, I'll finish the live stream. Like, I'm not doing fucking low rank. Sorry, man. It's up to Urz. Has Urz actually realized what's going on? He must have seen the hunter rank of the other guy. Out of sheer malice, I think Urz is going to endlessly flinch lock the two other hunters with pellet, and he will effectively solo the low rank monsters. What an awful experience. I mean, imagine not only being carried through low rank by a G rank hunter, but being pellet flinched the whole time. Unless he was referring to me. Maybe he was saying in response to being upswung by me twice, that he'll go pellet and flinch me intentionally, which is possibly appropriate, but here we go. I'm not joining this hunt. I'm not interested. I mean, obviously, Joksan or Yoksan, I don't know how to say his fucking name. Obviously, he's just going to commit. He's just going to stand there with his quest above his head until we all join. Or until Urz kicks him. But I don't think Urz is of the mind to do that. Oh, Joksan's actually asking to do it with just himself and Tanya at this point. I don't want to do low rank. This guy needs to fucking... He's not even... Hold on. What does he have? He's 100 rank 2. He has no armor skills. This is not the sort of person who needs to be carried, but no. Look, check this out. What gives this guy the right to literally steal someone else's haul? What gives him the right? He's joined someone else's room. Unbelievable. Look who got fucking kicked. Goodbye. Fucking dickheads. Who cares, he says. Indeed. Fuck them. They can come back with their tails between their legs and play with us. Well, perhaps not the other guy. Just Tanya. Stupid cunt. Anyway. Choose what I want. Okay. How about two Azure Rathlos? I'm going to use something different. I don't know what I'll use, but probably something entertaining. How about Rapid Dragon? Yeah, Rapid Dragon. I remember talking about that last time. I was running Rapid Ice Bow on Gem Moran, and I said to myself, what's my Rapid Dragon bow? I think it's Stygian Zenoga. I'm going to find out now, and I'm going to use it. To Azure. Now, I don't actually know if... It is perfectly possible that those two can still hunt together now in their own session, but then when they return here, they will be auto-disconnected. I don't necessarily want to prevent them from playing together, but I do want to remove them from this room so that we can have people who want to do G-rank stuff come and play. Anyway, essentially what we just witnessed was exactly what's causing this community to just suffer. It's people running full G-rank stuff, just carrying people through the game. You know, that is what's resulting in... you wouldn't really call them end game players. People who've just broken their HR cap, I suppose. Yeah, they've just broken their HR cap and they just don't know how to play it. It's because they've never played for themselves before. There are people who are coming into this game who don't have experience in other games, and their first experience in playing Monster Hunter is literally having everything done for them. It completely trivializes the entire process. They don't learn, and I think they'd lose interest. Not only is my experience being affected by it, but they're not going to be able to enjoy the game in the same way. It's not going to mean anything to them. Alright, what am I doing? I am bringing... Yes, I was right about it being Stygian Zenoga. Rapid Dragon. I don't know if I like the bow all that much. That's a very low dragon value, but... It's fine, I suppose. It will do for now. I'll bring cool drinks just because I can. I'm not bringing whetstones because I do have a separate gunner pouch because it is 3 ultimate. And I will bring power coatings, or rather top up what I already have in my inventory. Bring close range coatings. I will not bring combination materials because I'm exceedingly lazy when it comes to that. I will bring psychoserums for good measure. I will check my inventory to see if there is any mess. There is mess. I've cleaned it up. And now I will eat. Oh no, actually I should post the quest first before doing that. Actually, the Stygian bow rather matches, at least color-wise, to the helmet that I'm wearing. Maybe not in style. I'm not about to make a judgment on the style matching, but color-wise, yes. So I heard from heroics again, I'm not doing it. I heard that there was a guy who streams 3 Ultimate, who's in early G rank, who's looking for people to play with. I'm going to touch base with him at some point soon. He plays in the old school Discord server, which is, you know, specifically 1st gen. I'm going to try and hit him up and see if he wants to play at any point. But I didn't want to do that today, because I just wanted to come on and play the game. But yeah, this is not going to be an especially difficult hunt to 2-man. I do hope that in the meantime we get some more people, but I don't want, you know, the same thing to happen as what happened last time. One of them's low rank, the other's G rank, and then the G rank person wants to help the low rank, and then by the time we come back, it's just not our room anymore. Sorry, it's been hijacked by 2 inconsiderate bastards. So, yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen. Urz is going Pierce Dragon, I'm going Rapid Dragon. Which is best? I'd say Rapid Dragon, honestly. Pierce isn't automatically unviable, it's just maybe not as good on a Rathlos as compared to some other monsters. I won't be finding a Rathlos under there, so I'd better come up here. Good day. Got your wing instead. As you can see, the good thing about Rapid is that in many cases you can just hip fire it. But you don't always want to be doing that. Don't use Rapid with the expectation that you're never going to need to aim it. You do need to aim it manually sometimes. But, well, there you go. Good French. But here's an example of only needing to hip fire it. The thing is, one of the issues with verticality being added to Monster Hunter is that you can't really do that in certain situations anymore. You know, just hip fire. Oh, fuck you. You can't really hip fire when you've got inclines and declines added to the map. Hills, effectively. Because, you know, your hip fire will just go firing off into some other direction rather than to where the monster is. This is technically an incline that I'm on right now, but it's, oh my god, it's technically not big enough to mess anything up. Yeah, Stygian's a cool subspecies, I think he's alright. I'm sure this pleases Urz greatly to see an invading monster here. Whoops, bad timing there. I'm just ignoring the other one, I don't want to deal with them. I'm going to remain completely... This is what happens when you do that. Oh! Well, you're flashing that one, which is fine, I guess, but... It's the other one that I want to keep in place, not this one. And Urz is seeing why. Very clearly. The other Rathlos is helping out though. He's also hitting this one. Stop it, stop. Stamina management can help, and I think I'm doing alright with stamina management. Was the other one dung bombed or what? What's he doing? He's flying off. Very well. Oh yeah, well good on you. Now I'm actually in trouble. This is a situation where we, above all other actions, prioritize healing. I'm trying to get out of the way. Whoops. That was really bad. There you go. Keep him in place. I probably need to now move on to close range coatings. I want to leave the other power coatings for the other hunt as well. I've certainly used more power coatings on this one than the other one, but that's just how it's going to have to be. Don't you leave, fucker. He's not leaving. Thankfully. Yeah, sometimes when you hit fire, it doesn't actually reach its mark, but that just means you have to play better, doesn't it? Good night. I don't think I'm going to do any carving. I really don't need that stuff. Let's stay here, Urz. Let's use the eggs. If you didn't use the eggs, it would take a while for him to come here, but if you've got an egg, it actually brings them to where you are. I think he's trying to hit me. Egg quests is just another thing in this game versus first and second gen, but especially first gen. Egg quests in first gen are just, wow. They're really bad. Rathlos, I think it's time you got over here. I've got your egg, man. He's not coming. If you're wondering why I type so poorly, it's because I'm not used to this keyboard that I'm typing on. It's a bit different. Where is he? He's at area 3, I think. Alright, let's go and see him. Maybe it only works with Rathian, but I thought it worked with Rathlos too. Oh well. I don't think I'll be using Mega Dash Juice for this hunt. I couldn't be bothered. Doesn't feel worthwhile. He should be down there. Unless he's already moved. Fucking asshole. That'd be about right. Should be able to catch up to him before he leaves again. As for which of the two of us will reach him first, I couldn't say. Looks like it'll be about the same time. It was definitely me first. No question about it. that was on the neck. The neck is a different hit zone, incidentally. Probably the body hit zone on this monster. Some monsters have a separate neck hit zone, like, you know, some of the elder dragons, but pretty sure that would be the body for Rathalos. Urz is upset about something. He has remarked, damn. I guess he was thrown out of the... Now it's omelette? Oh, he tried to take... He tried to take an egg. Was he carrying the egg the whole time? In which case, I probably shouldn't... I was competing with a guy who was running with an egg. That's just embarrassing. Was he really running with an egg the whole time? Because he's like, damn, now it's omelette. And that made it very clear that he must have carried the fucking egg out. Maybe if you can't... Maybe if there's no option to deliver the egg, you just drop it on the ground, which is unfair. You know, someone back in Moga Village might want to eat that. Maybe they've had a bad catch today and they'd really appreciate a fucking wyvern egg to eat. You know? It's pretty unfair to just force the hunter to drop it on the ground if they can't deliver it. I'll take it to Moga Village myself. Someone will like it. Someone will fucking appreciate it. Damn game. No concern given to the humble villagers of this game. Alright, close range coding time. Leave me alone. Well, this is a rare sight. One of those archaic maneuvers from Rathalos. Whoa, shit. I shouldn't call that an archaic maneuver. That is way too sophisticated for first-gen Monster Hunter. But you know, Rathalos randomly flying around for no reason, that's unusual for this game, but totally typical for old Monster Hunter. Well, okay, time to eat me, I guess. Managed to get a nice clean hip fire onto the head from that angle, which I'm happy to see. I will Psycho Serum again just to be sure. It's easier to use a Psycho Serum than follow the shadow, but I will actually go and paintball this time. Of course it is more fun to... Oh god, he's glitching out. He's really pretending to be a fucking... What is going on? Oh, I see. I guess I didn't see where he was. He might have actually been doing something perfectly normal. It's alright. Good knockdown. Except I'm not in a good position to take advantage of it. That much is rather unfortunate. Oh, don't you dare. Get out of here. Or don't... I mean get out of here permanently, not fly out. I mean die. Take permanent rest. Come on, we can do it. Very good. Nicely done. Kayamba contributed by blocking my attacks to protect himself. He didn't do much outside of that, from what I could fucking tell. Stupid bloody shakalaka. I don't like the shakalakas. I've said this many times before, and some people don't like to hear it, but I'm going to say it. Whenever I'm given the opportunity to do so. I don't like the shakalakas. Whether it be the small monsters or the companions in this game and in Tri. Not a fan. I enjoy that they, you know, gave it a try. But anyway. Oh, goodness. Well, I've been live for 2 hours and 25 minutes, and to be completely honest, I don't really want to continue two-manning. I don't find two-manning to be as enjoyable, so I might finish up there. That is a very clean final shot, though. Look at that. That's nice. Not only do you have the impact of the arrows squarely on the face, you've also got the dragon effect. And that's really cool. What more is there to say than that would be pretty much a perfect final screen. Very nice. Oh dear. Well, that was an interesting recording. It took place very early on. I'm finishing it at 7:34 AM. Which sounds weird, but yeah. I will sell these 2 items here. But yeah, that's all for me today, I think. I might do another recording later on, but in a different game, I think. Not even in Monster Hunter. That is if I do record. I might do some Skyward Sword at some point, or I don't know, we'll see. But I do thank you all for watching, and I will bid you all farewell for now. Bye-bye.